Hi, this is Kiran Bhattacharya. Happy New Year. I'm reading from my novel, Reincarnation in the Holy Land. The characters and events in this novel are fictional. Chapter 10. Story so far. After spending 40 years in England, Bijun, a 60-year-old non-resident Indian, is currently contemplating spending his retirement year in Calcutta, the city of his birth. His decision to do so has not been taken lightly. Divorced from his English wife Carol and alienated from his only son Adam, who is now married with a child, his is a life of unbearable sadness. Something else has long been tormenting him looms large in his twilight years. 30 years ago his wife had an abortion. This could have been averted had he been determined to save the baby. With hindsight, he believes that not only was that incident the reason for his marriage breakup, but it also played a major role in creating animosity between him and his son. He wakes up happier this morning. The news is excellent. They've finally found a huge reservoir of water, or so the supervisor of the diggers claimed last night. This time, thank goodness, with the constant pouring of cow dung through the hole they have dug, a layer of uncontaminated water, rather paradoxically, has been reached. And more to the point, it has been achieved without any further sacrifice of expensive pipes to Bhumi Mata. The events of the previous evening gently filtered through his mind. Perhaps he was a little too harsh with Bipasha. "Do I smell?" No, she didn't say that when he refused to sit next to her. She was far too polite to make such a cutting remark. It was that strong dish from Shona, which branded Bipasha as the enemy from the outset. An apology is in order. He reaches for his mobile and taps in Ojoy's name, but there is no response, not even the ringtone. What the hell is going on? He moves the phone from his ear to check the screen. "Calls barred," it says. "Oh God," he screams in frustration, because it happened to him once before. Then he was trying to reach an old flame Joya, now married with kids. Well, her kids are no longer kids. They are grown-up men and they themselves are married and have children of their own. Yes, he was phoning Joya just to have a chat, for old time's sake. But the damn mobile refused him the opportunity. "Calls barred," it said, which made him really wonder whether Joya was being obnoxious and declining to take his phone. Perhaps her husband was upset, he thought, for being reminded of a relationship that should have died a long time ago. When after a few hours the mobile remained steadfastly immobile, a pathetic pun, but that was how he felt at the time. He dashed to the local dealer for an explanation. "Well," the young man said, "we tried to reach you, but your mobile was switched off." "What's the problem?" "Your passport photograph doesn't look like you anymore." The mobile telephone company obviously based their assumption on the photocopies of his passport, which was submitted to obtain the SIM card. "You must be joking." He fumed. "That's a silly excuse. Nowhere had they stopped me before, not even in immigration control at Heathrow, and they're pretty stringent." "Get some new photographs, uncle, and I'll make a fresh application, confirming you as a bona fide person," the man tried to appease him. The photographer next door, beaming with delight at the extra business, promptly produced half a dozen photographs. He was still perplexed as to why the new photographs would make it easier to convince the mobile company about the genuineness of his identity. But these were not the sorts of questions one asks of local bureaucracy. On that occasion, the fresh photographs did the trick, and that was only a few days ago. Thoroughly irritated by the inconvenience of spending a huge amount of money and not having much joy with the mobile, he strides towards the shop. The man is polite as ever. "You need to leave your passport with us, uncle." "Sorry, I need the passport." Of course, he isn't such a fool as to leave his passport with a stranger. Far too many stories are circulating these days about stolen identities. In that case, you have to take the passport to their office. The man jots down an address on a piece of paper. Their office near Gold Park is quite a few miles from Goria. Armed with the red book, aka his passport, he hails a cab. Half an hour later, when he enters the smart office to defend his identity, he finds a long queue of people waiting in the lobby. Presumably, they all are suffering from the same sad ignominy. Haughtily, he accosts an official who politely instructs him to grab a ticket from a dispenser and secure his place in the queue. You have to be phlegmatic in India to survive, he says to himself, to control his agitation. An hour later, a smiling receptionist calls his number. What the hell is going on? No longer can he keep his temper. My entire morning is wasted because of your stupid inefficiency. We are serving your interests, sir. We have to make sure that you are genuinely you. The smart woman takes his passport, photocopies it once again, while he fills in a form that not only asks him for personal details, but also for the names and addresses of his parents, both of whom passed away a long time ago. You will be able to use your mobile phone within half an hour. The smart woman smiles. He grabs his passport and gets out into the hot sun. This is a stupid place, he mutters to himself as he hails a cab to take him to Goria. Thank you.